set with all the valves, shows you all the tanks. It gives the valve number, what it's doing, and like that particular valve I was playing with out there was in this area here, but it was, you know, BV9 I think is the one I had, and BV9 was a feed, was an air feed, but they're all marked here, even like the ones, you know, the ones that we're working at over by the nitrate NRC. It shows you the 4 valves right there, and they're all keyed. You just have to find the key for everything. And it shows all the water valves that we have out here. So you want to check that out and make sure. See, we were looking at one, we had a gate valve. Sometimes the location might be a little bit different, but the fire hydrants have a separate valve. Then it has another water line that will go all the way to this building. That was that little one with a nut on it. There's another water line here. The blue is your water line. Green are the air. Yeah, they're all kind of a green line here. I'll take that back. Green is not the air. Green here happens to be the waste sludge. It's blue. Bluish green is the airlines. But you've got this plan to look at. Now we'll go back to the regular plan. So when you get ready to, you know, the first thing you should do if you're going to do anything is to figure out what valves you want to turn, exercise first. I always go with the easy ones, which is the influence splitter box, the IFAS splitter box, the effluent one, the nitrate pump, the ones that are all above ground, which would be these two here, the for the wasting, and then we've got the ones over here for the clarifier. Well, the old sludge storage tank, not the clarifier, the old clarifiers that we turned into sludge storage, and we do those. And there are some other, you know, there's valves throughout the yard, but once a year you want to do these valves. The bigger the line, the more turns you have to take. The biggest line we have is down here going into the chlorine contact tank. These are 30 some odd turns, and what I do plan on doing is getting a machine that you can just put on there and turn it, and it will turn the valve for you. So let's go look at the other plans that I have. This is the phase 2A plans, and in the drawings they will show you what the plant looked like. Beforehand, shows you right here. These are the tanks, and we don't have the chemical building number 2 on here because that was added in the phase 2 facility. So let me see if I can find the right plan to go with. I gotta go page by page to make sure I get the correct one that I want. All right, this is a good one here. Now this is the effluent. This is the splitter box, the flow coming from the BNR tanks, and this is the splitter box to the IFAS tank. You've got a valve there showing it heads off to the influent. You've got a valve here that we use as a diversion, so you can send the flow, if we have troubles in the IFAS tank, to the clarifiers, and that's where it's going to head to. It'll come out and head right over to this the clarifier splitter box. And you get the valves all here, that these are the wires you have to keep them working. And then it shows you the picture, and this goes to one clarifier, that goes to clarifier number 2. It also shows the 4 gate valves above ones that are the brown ones. So what you want to do sometimes, if you've never done this before, is to come and see what the plans are, where the pipes are going. Here's a nitrate pump, comes up, there's a valve there, then there's a valve there, that's a pedestal valve. Those are the brown ones above ground are called pedestal valves, and you know what you got going on. So look at your plans before you get going. We have for the airlines, you have 2 valves outside. These are butterfly valves. It's on the main line. If you go and close this off, what's going to happen if you get all 4 tanks running, you close that valve, you could blow off the relief valve on the blowers. So what you probably want to do is just shut one of the blowers down if you're running 2. Close the valve, open it, come over, and maybe close this valve and open it. If this is the tank that if you're running both of them, close this valve and open it. If you're running only 1 tank, go to the tank that you're not running, open the valve up, exercise it, close it, open it back again, come over to this one, close this valve, and because this valve is open, it's letting the air go into that tank. Then you close this valve, open this valve back up, now the air is going into this tank, and then you close that one and it shuts the air off because you're only running tanks 3 and 4. If you're running all 4 of them, just shut off one of the blowers. Here's a picture. These are the valves, these are the pedestal, well they call them bench stands with hand wheel. I call them pedestals because that's what they are. The valves are actually located way down in the tank. All this does is says, it makes it a lot easier instead of trying to go down there and doing it manually or having a large handle, like I did on one of the tanks, the T-handle. So you get this wheel and you just want to open and close it. What it does, it just bypasses. And when you do something like that, you want to make sure that the tank is way down, because if this tank has sludge in it, it's going to go in that direction. And same thing down at the bottom, open and close them. A lot of these do get worked on once a month when we change the sludge pumps. We work, you can see the picture right here. We're going to take the flow from this tank through the valve into the sludge pump. And then that's just to clean it. Because this has got basically clean water in it, just to run the water through it. But it exercises that one, but we don't exercise the other ones. So that's why you have to do it at least once a year. Then they always are going to work for you. And here's again, these are the valves at the holding tank that we talked about. This is tank 3, tank 2. These are pedestal valves. This is the one that is normally open because we're always filling tank 3. But if you didn't want to fill tank 3 and want to do tank 2, you would open this valve and close that one. And if you want to do tank 1, you would open this valve and close the other 2. So as the water's coming in, it's coming in this way, and you can send it in different directions. So these plans are all here for you. And you can look through, if you've never done it, you want to go through this and take them one at a time and don't hurry, and make sure you know what you're doing before you go out there. What valves you're going to work on, what pumps you have to shut off. If you have to shut off a blower, do that. See what your operation is at the time. Maybe you can't shut the pumps off or the blowers off right at today. Just do it another day, that's all. And that's it.